Welcome to the RV tour video, coming at you from a beautiful night off-grid in the winter. I am so excited to show you my beautiful tiny home on wheels. Meet Old Clunky. She's my 1991 vintage Itasca Spirit. She's 27 feet long, 8 feet wide, and has 216 square feet of luxury inside. With the upcoming images, you will see 3 phases of change. The first days that I got the camper before I did any design whatsoever. You'll see the first few months that I lived in the RV prior to any renovation, but where I brought in as much thrifting design as I could to make it home-like. And then you'll see my final product. By the way, this mug was inspiration. It's so pretty. It's one of my favorite coffee mugs, and I thought, I wonder what it would be like to live in this mug. Now I know. Cheers. Be sure to watch to the end of the video where we take you on a nighttime walkthrough tour of this gorgeous rig in the Candlelight. The first days. The first months. And now. The first days. The first months. And now. The first days. The first months, where I covered the solar controller box, wires, and other unattractive items on this wall. And now. This was my solution to the solar controller box, which was quite unattractive, but I velcroed that flower to the front of it, so I can easily take it off for readings. The first days. The first months. And now. I still have more to do up here. This is one of the few areas that I didn't complete for the cosmetic part of the renovation. For example, I need to hang some curtain rods and create some custom hemmed curtains for all the windows. However, these pillows are sufficing for privacy. And I got all of these pillows, you guys, from Goodwill for $39. Here I'm showing you the chair that's on the right-hand side of the screen. That chair was not very comfortable and was barely used, so I decided to take it out and bring in this desk that I thrifted for $10, which holds my power station, purse, as well as a gratitude journal, and I think it just looks prettier. Right there I'm pointing to a rock. Well, I need to find a partnered rock so that there's like a trio in the design, but I've got to hound that rock. I need to go hunt it down in the wilderness. The very first days in my first project in the renovation. A big thank you to my mom for putting that contact paper over the mirrors so this beautiful design matches. Inside these cabinets is wonderful organized storage. I know where everything I own is, and everything has a home. The first few months of shelf decor. Here are the first few days, the first few months, and now. Despite the deeply 1991 style, it was pretty those first few months. But now I have this modern, elegant, glamorous, luxury kitchen. I painted my countertop and sink black, and then as soon as I started to use it, it started chipping immediately. So I figured I would polyurethane it. However, polyurethane will not take in these temperatures, so that is a springtime or summer project. In the interim, I decided to use black shelf liner as like a cushion for the countertops, and it's actually working out really well, and I've come to enjoy the way it looks. It adds like a nice soft texture, and it stops the paint from chipping. I don't use plumbing in the rig, so I use my sink as storage. And this sink is where I actually do my dishes, washing them with vinegar and water. That's my little gray water tank inside there. The first few months of the kitchen. And the kitchen now. I love that Chloe's standing in practically the same spot. This cutting board over the stove has added usable counter space. And check out this hack. I was so excited about this flower. So right behind it is my level tester thing, and it is very ugly. I imagine you can probably replace those, but I didn't know how, especially with electrical. So I found a way to cover it up and make it beautiful. I didn't have any before footage of my pantry, but I painted the inside because I wanted the entire rig to feel fresh and new. There is so much storage space here, and the inside of the pantry looks beautiful. Here I am showing you that I even spray painted the screws so that they wouldn't be off in color. This is my bathroom in the first few months, my very wrinkled shower curtain, the 1991 wallpapered walls, the really gross and stinky toilet, the rat nest under that carpeted gross platform, the disgusting sink. Can you tell I was kind of grossed out by my bathroom? It's why I completely ripped it all apart and changed it up significantly. It doesn't feel good to be grossed out by a place you're living in. Little did I know as I stood right there that there was a rat's nest right by my feet under that carpeted platform. Sometimes you just can't know. I use my shower as a closet because I don't use the plumbing. I may update the plumbing in the summer. I haven't decided yet. Here's my beautiful, so fresh and so clean, non-disgusting bathroom now. My shower curtain is still wrinkled, I don't like ironing, and my shower is still a closet. But it is painted a beautiful black instead of that bizarre creamish, yellowish, nasty color it was before. Here we have the beautiful Marilyn Monroe, and to the side of her, a candle of the Blessed Our Lady of Guadalupe. Since I don't use the nasty toilet and blocked off it from stinking in the black tank, I now have a few extra storage drawers. Since I don't have plumbing, I didn't need the sink, so I just put a piece of plywood that I painted black over the existing countertop. By removing the sink, I now use that countertop so often. It is fantastic. I have so much storage in this rig. After living in my car to travel full-time across the West for a year and a half, this much space is absolute luxury. In the near future, I am going to be releasing a video about how and why I choose to live in this rig without plumbing. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for that. Here is footage of the very first days I bought the rig. The first things I did to renovate this rig was remove those ugly window valances. This was how the bedroom looked in the first few months. I struggled to be inside of this bedroom in the first few months. That wallpaper reminded me of something that would be in some type of thriller horror film where like dolls are attacking humans. This room had a terrible odor of mold and mildew, and after our first monsoon rain, once I had this rig, I came to see why. Inside those closets, I had to pull out all of the rotted and molded wood, do significant mold remediation, rebuild, and then paint with Kills primer. Eventually though, I was able to make this room into a non-smelly, fresh, beautiful, crisp, and clean sanctuary. I love being in this room now, and I sleep so good in here. One of my favorite things to do is to make coffee, get back under the covers, open those windows, and gaze out at the views in the morning. Besides taking out the toilet, the rat's nest, and the mold, the next dirtiest part of the renovation was taking out that ceiling. Now the ceiling looks fresh and clean and new. I don't want to go. I want to stay here. I want to camp here. Not allowed. I'm literally on the side of the road. It's been so cold in northern Arizona that beautiful mountain lake out the window is a thick sheet of ice. The cosmetic part of the renovation has been complete for approximately 2 weeks now. I absolutely love it. And by complete, I mean about 90% complete. There's some touch-ups I need to do. There's some final things I need to do that I can't actually do till summer, like polyurethane. And I need to complete the cab. I did not renovate the cab, but the entire coach is renovated. I'm gonna do a couple of upgrades so that I can live off-grid, even in 0 Fahrenheit all the time. So I'm getting better solar. I need to fix my generator, and I probably need an additional battery. I want to put a second Wave 3 catalytic heater in my bedroom, mounted to a wall where it can run overnight. So those are all of the things that I am still looking to do. I'll give you guys the nighttime tour. The curtains are wrinkled because I scrunch them up during the day with the clip, but I don't really pay too much attention to it, so it doesn't bother me that much. But I've got my Wave 6 catalytic heater. That window is venting, as is some of the up vents in the back too. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? So pretty. If I want, I can lay up there and just enjoy the firelight. I've got these nice lanterns that are battery operated, so I can replenish them. The firelight is beautiful. Got the lanterns up there for a little extra light. And then it's like a little night light in here for Chloe. Got my power station when I'm off grid. My baby girl's all covered up. I have this extra blanket here because I think it's gonna be cold and she's gonna want more than one blanket. Fortunately, I'm not yet comfortable sleeping with this heater on. I feel safe in regard to carbon monoxide because I have 3 carbon monoxide detectors, and I'm venting as is directed by the company. However, I just don't think the clearances are enough. Like when it's on for a few hours, this section of the bench and that cabinet both get so hot. But isn't that actually like just such a beautiful ambiance, such a nice glow? Just really, really love it. This is almost like a little fireplace. Looking forward to finding the right piece of art that is sort of the appropriate scale. And the art itself is going to cover that seam. It would be ideal if it started up there and came to about here. The things that were intimidating me for a while now are somewhat exciting. And maybe that's because I really needed the inspiration of the beauty that it now is. Thank you for joining us on this RV tour. It's been wonderful to share this. It's past 11 o'clock and usually I am asleep very early. but I'm quite excited and I want to edit this video. I have an early day tomorrow, very early actually. I need to squelch my excitement, get myself to bed, not edit the video. I'm gonna lay down and edit this video. I know I'm going to. Anyway, what I should do is the responsible thing and get to sleep. If you haven't already, subscribe. Check out our previous videos, particularly this one. This is one of my favorites because it was one of the most beautiful locations I have ever seen. Check it out. Subscribe, comment, do all the things. Thank you for being here. Bye.